Hello everyone, RTV Daily is back. One day hiatus due to lack of matches, but now we're back in full flight again with an added competition. Yeah man, African Cup of Nations joins the battle alongside our daily coverage of the Women's World Cup, Gold Cup, and Copa America. Oh yeah, I'm Adrian, and this is Rabona TV. Join our growing community with a subscription if you please. If not, don't bother. Let's start with a new guy on the block as the African Cup of Nations commenced on Friday night with host Egypt taking on Zimbabwe in a very tight opener. And this is one of those matches where I found that the result perfectly reflected the match, as while Egypt did have most of the ball and did look the more dangerous of the teams, namely through Mo Salah and Mahmoud Trezeguet, Zimbabwe put up a good fight. In fact, all of the matches so far in the Cup of Nations have been pretty tight. Egypt found the winner through a first half goal from the aforementioned Trezeguet, who shimmied past two defenders and curled a strike into the far post. Beautiful goal from him, and that was the only time that Edmore Sibanda was beaten in that match. Guy was standing on his head. He made 8 saves, 5 inside the box. On Saturday, Uganda played against the DR Congo in Cairo National Stadium, and Uganda typically hasn't done great in the Cup of Nations, at least not recently, but they weathered the storm against DR Congo, and thanks to goals from Patrick Kadu and Emmanuel Okwi, gave them the 2-0 win, which was historic. Well, sort of. It was their first win at the Cup of Nations for 41 years, so those 4 decades of hoodoo are over. So, Egypt and Uganda start with wins in Group A. How did Group B go? Nigeria kicked off against Burundi, and as you would expect, they were dominant in possession, but Burundi really gave them a tough time in a couple of scares. Daniel Ekpeyi was made to work for his clean sheet, making 6 saves to frustrate Burundi's attackers. Nigeria's winner came by way of Igalo, whose strike was a good one, but the backheeled assist was just not safe for work. You don't want to be caught watching that assist with your boss around you. Overall, Nigeria didn't look great, or at least as strong as they should, and Mikel probably needs to take a seat on the bench for a bit. In fact, I was surprised that both Musa and Igalo were both on the bench to start, alongside Onyekuru. You'd think that one of those 3 would get the start. Guinea and Madagascar played out a pretty entertaining 2-2 draw, meaning that Nigeria have a 2-point lead over the rest of the pack in Group B. Today, Senegal plays Tanzania, Algeria faces off against Kenya, and Morocco and Namibia go to battle. Shout out to the Maghreb. Okay, and now to the first 2 knockout matches from the Women's World Cup. First one being Germany versus Nigeria. Well, I thought the Nigerians would have an incredibly tough time against Germany, which, let's not lie to ourselves, it was extremely difficult for them, but they did cause some problems for Germany, especially in the second half. But before that, in the first half, I again disagree with the goal that was upheld, as again a player in an offside position didn't touch the ball but affected the play. At least I can say they are making this call consistently at the Women's World Cup, even if I don't agree with it. Here's what happened. Germany had a corner and a player is standing in an offside position right in front of the keeper. The ball comes in, the player continues to screen the keeper from an offside position, and Pop heads it in. Great header, by the way. This has happened so often in this tournament. It's like they've completely ignored the rule that if a player is affecting the play from an offside position, then it should be given as offside. My only guess as to why they didn't call it is because they believe the keeper wouldn't have stopped it either way. I guess. If that's the case, then maybe I agree. I don't know. It still seems wrong to me. You shouldn't be able to just stand up a player in an offside position like that in front of the keeper. But anyways, later in the match, VAR again came into play and awarding a penalty to Germany, and this one I 100% agree with, as the Nigerian defender hit the ball first but followed through over top of the ball, which is a big no-no, and Sarah Dabritz converted the pen. 2-0 Germany. In the second half, as I said, Nigeria did give Germany some scares, but the quality of the Germans shone through eventually, though their third goal was a bit of a gift as Schüller smashed it low into the corner for her 9th goal in just 16 appearances for the senior German side. Unfortunate mistake from Ayinde, but the finish was brilliant. 3-0 Germany, and they are still yet to concede a goal in this tournament. In the other round of 16 match on Saturday, Norway took on Australia, and the Norwegians found the opener in the 31st minute when Karina Sævik played a perfectly weighted diagonal ball through, and Isabel Herlovsen slotted past a stranded Lydia Williams in goal. 1-0 Norway. Later in the first half, Australia thought that they should have had a penalty when the lady with the best name in the World Cup, Maria Thorisdottir, or Thor's daughter, as I like to say it, leaned into the blocking of a ball into the box, and it went off of her upper arm. Now, the penalty wasn't given, and I can see why with this one. Assuming they are employing the new rules regarding the natural silhouette of a player for handballs in the box. But the thing is, I don't know what rules they're applying in these tournaments anymore. You can see her arms are as close to her body as they could be without being within the kit itself. Natural silhouette, no penalty for me, though I can see how people would think otherwise given that she leaned into the ball. If her arm was away from her body at all and she leaned into it and it blocked it, 100% a penalty. But since it was right at her side and she went like this and it just scuffed her arm, I don't think that's a pen. So some hard luck for Australia in this one, and it continued in the second half when Sam Kerr showed why Chelsea are willing to make her the most well-paid player in women's game, as she got in behind the Norwegian defenders and coolly struck the ball with the outside of her right peg. Great finish, but offside. More frustration for Australia. And it only gets worse for them, by the way. But they persisted and persisted, and after frustration after frustration, they found the equalizer in the strongest way. A corner kick that bounced through everyone and into the goal. Unbelievable, like really poor from the Norwegian defenders and keeper. That shouldn't be happening. In fact, Norway's performance in the second half wasn't the best from them, in my opinion. Far too defensive, and when they tried to attack, they looked a little disjointed and sort of just relied on Graham Hansen. They are a defense-first team in this tournament, and they do have some great individuals like Graham Hansen, who is millimeters away from scoring the winner in the 93rd as her strike hit the inside of the post and then rolled across the line, nearly hitting the other post on the way. Whew, what a second half. Extra time was needed. Dirty move later by Lisa Marie Utland in extra time as she came flying in with an intentional Charlie horse or dead leg on Lydia Williams, the Australian keeper. She only got a yellow, but Alana Kennedy got a red card when she grabbed a handful of Utland's shirt. Referee and VAR deemed her as the last man, and the red was upheld. Again, I don't like it as Utland would never be getting to the ball before the keeper. Therefore, for me, it isn't really dogso or denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. A yellow would have been fine, but VAR went with the red. So Australia held on. Penalties it was, and the biggest surprise of the penalties was Sam Kerr absolutely shanking her attempt high and wide. Then Australia's second was saved while Norway hit excellent penalties all the while. 4-1 Norway on pens. They move on alongside Germany. They don't play each other though. And today in the Women's World Cup, you can catch England versus Cameroon. Expect a win from England there, as well as France versus Brazil, which should be a great matchup, but I think the French will make it through. They've looked decent, though they did struggle against Nigeria. It wasn't the easiest match against Norway either for them, so Brazil definitely has a chance. And in Copa America, I feel like Brazil has finally arrived, and Peru's problems in big tournaments persist after they came into the 2018 World Cup looking like real hot boys, but left there as simple sad boys. Their Copa America 2019 could be a sad boys reunion, though, after they got absolutely pumped by Brazil. Like, they weren't even on the same playing field at times, which it was shocking. All of Peru's strikes were harmless, and as the match went on, they had less and less possession. It felt like things got easier for the Brazilians. As for the goals themselves, the first was bundled over the line by Casemiro from a corner in the 12th minute. Nothing spectacular there. Then Firmino scored a hilarious goal, which the keeper's attempted clearance bounced off his ass, off the crossbar, came to Firmino, he went around the keeper and then slotted it, which was just comedy central. Then Everton continued his great tournament, scoring a similar goal to his last one, cutting in from the left, smashing it on his right, old school Coutinho style. This one did curl to the back post though, this one was just along the ground into the left corner. And then the Brazilian scored a stunning goal. Dani Alves, the newly captained Dani Alves, played a couple of give and goes or 1-2s with his teammates before finally smashing it past Pedro Galás in the Peru goal. Brilliant goal. Actually, to be fair to Galís, he did save a penalty earlier, so shout out to him. Because otherwise it was a tough match for him. And I called him Galás earlier. I don't know. The hurting wasn't over though, as in the 90th minute, substitute Willian was in Everton's territory and did well to drive one to the far post. Big goal from Willian. Big defeat for Peru. 5-0. In the other match between Bolivia and Venezuela, dude, Venezuela isn't playing around here as they go unbeaten in Group A and are looking to replicate or better their run from the 2011 Copa America. 3-1 win over Bolivia, goals from Darwin Machís and Joseph Martinez. They controlled the match extremely well and they're through to the next round. As for Peru and their fate, I can't say the same. Well, I'm not sure their 4 points will be enough to move on in third place, but we'll have to see. The heavy defeat certainly doesn't help their case either, because that will mess up their goal difference. So today, Colombia and Paraguay go head to head. Colombia is already through. Paraguay could use a win to seal it. Same goes for both Qatar and Argentina, both on 1 point each, both needing a win. Okay, editor Adrian.
Yes, I'm here to talk about the Gold Cup, but I'm not just editor Adrian this time. I'm also I'm also puppy sitter Adrian, arguably the best Adrian of them all. Alright, so Trinidad and Tobago met up in a match that will henceforth be known as El Revengico or something, after Trinidad and Tobago dealt the death blow to the USA's World Cup 2018 qualifying. And I guess the US hold a grudge, why wouldn't you? So they unleashed the fury of 1,000 Heung-min Sons with a 6-0 whammy that saw them score 4 goals in a 12-minute stretch. They were completely dominant, ruthless. Aaron Long and Zardes scored a brace each, while the good news was that Josie Altidore made an appearance after he had been out with an injury. Now the other match was Guyana versus Panama. They beat down on Guyana in a match that saw them score the most hilarious own goal I've seen in a while. It was one of those ones that looks like it's so damn deliberate. Anyway, Guyana weren't terrible, but they have 0 points for their first 2 matches. Same for Trinidad and Tobago, so they are both eliminated, while the USA and Panama are through with a match to spare. Tomorrow we've got Canada versus Cuba. Anything less than a big win is inexcusable for Canada, in my opinion, as well as Mexico versus Martinique. Martinique are still in this, man. They have a win. They have the same amount of points as Canada, so if they better Canada's result, they're through. Okay, just remember, I'm the one that edits, so whatever on-camera Adrian says, he's a hack.
And me? I gotta get out of here to edit this video and then finish off some career mode. So hey, thanks for watching. You are appreciated, and I will see you in the next video. Hit subscribe if you're new, maybe hit like if you enjoyed the video, and take care.